Welcome to Grounding Gods. Okay, let's talk about the fifth house Leo Sun energetic triad through the lens of metaphysical astrology. This is the second active fire triad in the astrology wheel. The first being the first house, Aries, Mars energetic triad. In metaphysical astrology, we see that each energetic expression as an opportunity to remove any blockages, an evolution to a higher, more harmonic expression of similar energies that came before it. This creates a more balanced and happy way of being. So, here, the active fire expression of the fifth house, Leo Sun energy, is a higher spiritual evolutionary expression when the energies are mastered, of course, than the active fire energetic expression of the first house, Aries Mars expression. If you remember, the first house Aries Mars expression in metaphysical astrology, uh, to put it in a nutshell, is being motivated to act based on the desire of self preservation in its basest form. Moving this into the fifth house, Leo Sun active fire triad, again, in its basest expression, we see one desiring to create their deepest passion uh, for self centered reasons. Please don't take offense if you are a Leo or an Aries. We are just looking, I'm just talking about where we're starting from and it's best for us to go with these energies. So we have to understand the base negative, dark, destructive expression of an energy to better understand its higher expression. Okay. And we are all affected by and influenced by every house and every sign and every planet in our natal chart. So we all express the first house Aries Mars and the fifth house Leo Sun energies. In metaphysical astrology, we aim to master or rise above harsh planetary placements and or aspects in the charts to make them supportive and productive forces in our lives. Okay, let's talk specifically about the fifth house Leo Sun. This area covers the universal forces affecting the energetic expression of the deepest creative passions, of our deepest creative passions, the type of passions that drive us to act in ways that will help us birth these creative expressions into the world, no matter what. The higher expression of the energy of the fifth house, Leo, Sun triad, is easier to visualize if you imagine a person who is still young, whose the first four houses, the first, second, third, and fourth, right? Those energetic triads were supportive. So, for instance, imagine someone who has had a stable childhood home, had everything they needed to survive throughout their formative years, and had an abundance of physical pleasures throughout their childhood too, enough to satisfy all of their physical senses. They were also in an environment that taught them to communicate, especially to be open to listening, to valuing, to learning from those around them. The home they grew up in was emotionally nurturing. Then we enter the energy of the fifth house, Leo Sun Triad, which such a stable, supportive, and emotionally nurturing start to one's life, right? So imagine someone like that. Of course, that's a best case scenario, which most of us don't have, but I'm just trying to show you what the highest expression is. Okay. So now you can imagine this person, and they would be blessed with having the security and peace of mind to be able to hear, listen to their heart's passion, and to have the ability to act, to develop their deepest passion, to create it, to birth it into the world. And with such a supportive environment, their creation would be of the same type of energy, supportive and constructive to all those who interacted with it. But not everyone has such a smooth energy in their first, second, third, and fourth house or fifth houses. There are harsh aspects and energy blockages in everyone's chart. So not everyone is emotionally secure, right? Not everyone's natal chart provides a stable or nurturing home to grow up in. So instead of creating something to lift people up, the fifth house Leo Sun energetic triad does not reach its idyllic level in the beginning. Instead, a person's desires to act, create, early in life tend to be just for the sake of being admired, to be the center stage, to be the focus of people's attention, like the sun. They want to be the center of the universe, the center, be and be spotlighted, with the focus of the sun upon them. Either way, whether the energy of the triad is expressed in a positive or a negative way, like a lion, like fire, like the sun, it is powerful energy. The sun is the source of life. The fifth house is the source of light and joy in our lives when it is mastered, when we express this energy in a balanced way. This energy can be wielded in such a way to be very supportive or very destructive of others. Like the sun, in a certain amount, it is very beneficial to life and people's health. But if someone receives too much of the sun's powerful rays, they get burned. Where the active fire of the first house, Aries Mars triad, having just been born, so to speak, in the first house, the person, the new idea or the new project is still in infancy in that energy, fighting for what it needs to survive. In the fifth house, Leo's sun energetic triad, the fire element in the astrology wheel, this shows a maturity of the fire. So the fire here is basically the heart of the lion. It is the passion that pushes us to take charge and bring our burning passions into the world to create them. When a person has not mastered the fifth house Leo sun energy, they will still be self-centered and create things for selfish reasons alone, creating simply for the sake of being noticed by others. And the joy and fulfillment they get from this attention will be short-lived. They will need, so they'll need more of that attention. They'll need more adulation from others to keep their fire burning. The fifth house Leo sun energetic triad can also, if it's blocked, be like a lazy lion, like the power of the sun on a cloudy day, demanding others do the work, but still expecting to be treated like a king and taking credit publicly for others' creations. Excuse me. This can burn others and leave you very much alone. To receive lasting joy and fulfillment, one must create their deepest passions, not for the show of it, not for look how great I am, but just for not just for adoration or profiting off others, but to create it to help others for the benefit of the collective, for the well-being of others. It is important here to master creating and leading with your heart, not to control, not trying to control the conversation, not trying to control the expressions of others, but to use your expressions to inspire others. The passion, the heart of the lion can go both ways. It can love or hate with passion. The second of which is very detrimental to a person's health and well-being, their own health and well-being, let alone others. There is an adage, one must not hate for no reason. People today often hate others, blame others for things because something in that other person is sparking something they don't like about themselves. It's a trigger. And it is simply easier to blame others or criticize others than to do our own inner work. Not always, but sometimes the darkness in another can actually be the light we simply don't understand yet. Not always, but it can be, and we should be open to that, especially when judging people we aren't close to, that we don't truly know well. Even if we don't agree with someone, unless it is an extreme situation, we should at least respect others enough to at least hear their opinion or point of view. The negative expression of the fifth house Leo Sun Triad energy is seen when someone tries to control the conversation or a creative process. We are all born with a burning passion emanating from the fifth house Leo Sun energy. And to be happy and healthy and whole, we all need to be able to express that passion. I'm discussing soul's evolution here, its ascension or its rising up. So I am not talking about a person's base passions here. The energies of the fifth Leo Sun Triad in their highest expression relate to passions that lead us to create positive, constructive things in the world that will help the collective as a whole, not just ourselves for the short term. Yes, a child and children can be one of those expressions and one of your deepest passions. There's actually no passion greater in a healthy individual than the love of one's child or one's greatest creation. A healthy parent's love for their child is a great example of the higher fifth Leo Sun energy. When I say healthy, I mean holistically, someone who is more mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually healthy than not. All four energetic bodies, the mind, the body, the heart, and the soul, are connected. Going back to the fifth Leo Sun energy, when a healthy person decides to have a child, they do so with great passion. Then, once their little creation or their little bundle of joy arrives, they will work tirelessly for 18 plus years to bring that child, that creation into fruition, to let it blossom. This is the same active fire energy given to a healthy expression of the fifth Leo Sun energy. These are the passions, the projects that a person will stay up all night burning the midnight oil to bring into fruition, even if it takes them a lifetime to master the skills to do it, to present their passion to the world. Something they want to give to benefit everyone, not just themselves. This is seen in great an example would be great inventors like Benjamin Franklin or Thomas Edison or Alexander Graham Bell, all of who worked tirelessly to birth things that humanity still use today, or scientists like Leonardo da Vinci or Madame Curie or Jane Goodall, artists and business people like Walt Disney. Visionaries and activists like Sojourner Truth. Of course, this is just a few of a very long list of men and women who never stop striving to bring forth their burning passions into this world for the betterment of the many. The many can be one's extended family, community, the nation at large. You get the picture. Again, the lower expression of the energy is when a person is driven to follow their passions or to create only for selfish reasons, to be in the spotlight, to be the focus of attention, to be the be center stage, simply for their own emotional deficit, insecurity, or material desires. To evolve to be fulfilled in life, happy for the long term, we must all learn to create expression, our passions in a way that supports and benefits others. Don't try to control the conversation. Make room for others' expressions too. They're healthy expressions. The more everyone expresses themselves in a positive, creative, constructive way, the better outcome for us all. When there are aspects that cause blockages in the expression of a particular house, sign, planet, energetic expression in a chart, making the energy unconstructive or even destructive forces in our lives. This is how metaphysical astrology evolutionary steps help us remove the blockages to make them constructive forces in our lives. This is the energetic expression of the fifth house Leo Sun Triad in metaphysical astrology in a nutshell, and how to rise above any blockages of that expression in a chart. Okay, Next up will be the sixth house, Virgo Mercury Triad. Until then, I wish you all a divinely guided day. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.